Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so my name is Ilias. I'm going to teach math because I was an engineer back home, so it's much easier for me. So how my class is, normally we always play a game. So if I have student C sitting and student C sitting, I divide them like group A, group B. I give each a marker. They run to the board. So this is for group A. They need to answer it. So it's just a simple game. And then here, those students, and then they run back. They give the marker to someone else. That person runs. 5 multiplied by 5 is 25, multiplied by 5 is 125, and then they run to the next students. So a simple game to start the class. So this is obviously 49, 81, 64, 8, 1. After they've answered all the questions, we are going to play a second game. The second game is an introduction to the topic of today, which is exponential. Okay, so this is an introduction to exponential. What we are doing then, or what I'm doing, so before I give any explanation, I let the students run again to the board. Most likely, they don't know anything about exponential, so they will be thinking 3 multiplied by 2. That's what they are going to think because it's their first time. So they will write 6. It's not 6, it is 9. But I will stay quiet and I will just let them do everything until later. So let's say they say 7 multiplied by 2. I know it is wrong, I know, but just because we are going to act like it's our first time, we don't know anything about it. So the kids think 3 multiplied by 1 because they don't know anything about it. So let's just say now like this. 6, 10, 2. And now is when I actually explain how exponential works. So now I will be explaining how exponential works. So if we have this number here, the 2 tell us how many times we need to multiply this number. So this will be 3 multiplied by 3. 1, 2. So that's the 2. So if we have another example, let's say 3 to the power of 3 means that we have to multiply it 3 times. 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. And that is 1, 2, 3. So 3 multiplied by 3 is 9, multiplied by 3 is 27. If we have another one, let's take 8 to the power of 2. 2 means 8 multiplied by 8, which is 64. Do we see it? So the 2 means how many times we need to multiply the 8. If we have, let's say, 5 power of 3, that means we need to multiply it 5 times. 3 times, sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 125. And this moment when I will be asking the kids if they have any questions about it, if they understand it, then I continue. And then what we are going to do, we are going to do this again because they have given wrong answers. So I will be giving the markers to the students again. And then the students will run to the board, and this time I assume they understand what we need to do. So 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. 7 multiplied by 7 is 49. And then continue. And then you can continue. 64, 4, 1, 100, 9, 8, oh no, 27, sorry, 25, 1. That's basically how I do the classes with the students. So I'm trying to make it fun for the students and I'm trying to make games out of it while they are learning as well. And then after this one, I will be asking them to make that book exercise, the workbook. And that's basically how I conduct my classes. And at the end of the class, I always have a recap of what we have done. Any questions?
No.
Okay, come.
Do you have other topics for mathematics?
For mathematics, let's see, do you have a topic in mind?
Statistics. Or any.
Statistics. But that's not really...
Any.
Sorry, any?
Any, yes.
Okay, let's say root. So we talked about exponential. Let's talk about root. What if you want, so this is 64. What if you want to know the root number of 64? That is possible, so we can actually vice versa it. So if you have 64, we can actually write this. This is equal to 8. Let's see, if I have another one, 25 is equal to 5. Basically what we are doing over here, we have, if I'm going to write it over here, so we need to know what multiplied what is 25. So x multiplied by x is 25. X multiplied by x is 64. If we know the table, then we know that 8 multiplied by 8 is 64. And we know 5 multiplied by 5 is 25. We can make it even a bit more difficult. We can even use this number, number 3. Ooh. Now it gets a little bit more difficult because now we have number 3 over here. What it means is actually that we have 3 x's. It's 8. That's what the 3 is saying. But we know is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 is 8. If we make it a bit more difficult, but that's for the next time. So the root is basically trying to figure out what the x's are that is forming this number 64. And then you kind of need to know what the 8 is. So basically, let's do one more. Let's do one more. And make some space. Let's say 100. So again, we know x multiplied by x is 100. We know that 10 multiplied by 10 is 100. And that is how the root works. And then I would give them some exercises about the x.
Okay.
Any questions?
No.